One of our GCAD Plus users has sent this file, and he's having difficulty removing some layers in the drawing. These were created in error. If we pick the Layer Manager's tool here, he'd like to remove the plant symbol. There are no plants in model space or in layout space at the moment. And if he selects a layer and clicks the cross sign here, this is the warning. The following layers can't be deleted, layer 0 and the current layer, and also layers containing objects. So there's a warning, and he wants to remove those layers and like some guidance on how to go about that. Well, greetings Michael, thanks for sending me your file. I've opened it up in GCAD Plus. The first thing I would do, I think, is make sure that all used layers are on. So highlight the all used layers bit and say visibility on. That turns everything on. It's not a bad idea just to click on all as well, and that will show all layers in use. In your case, they are the same. OK from there. I can see that the ones that you want to get rid of, down here, here and here, all have some sort of entity on them. And in fact, you can see the number of entities here. See 54 on construction, 28 and 1372. Now, I think you'll find that corresponds to blocks that are in the drawing. In a sense, they're sitting on the shelf in the drawing, ready to be inserted, but they're not actually being used. But GCAD Plus sees them as being part of the drawing, and that's why you can't remove them. So I think there's a pretty simple way out of it, and that is to go Tools and Purge Unused Objects, and you can see it's going to knock off some text styles and some blocks that aren't in use. What I should have done is just check the file size first, but I think you would find if I tick file size, we're down to 56 kilobytes now. And let's just go back into the layers here, and we've got rid of 2 of your troublesome layers, but there's one more one more item, one more entity on a layer called plant construction. So I'll cancel from there. That might be, let's go into the blocks, not likely to be there or there or there. Might possibly be in the north indicator. It'll be in one of those that's in the drawing, but what I will do is just save and close and just reopen, because sometimes we find that I've opened the incorrect one, haven't I? File and close. I like to keep your drawing untouched, so let's open as delivered, and let me just check file size. Yes, that's the one we were working on, and let's come back here. So there's still something there on the construction layer. So the last trick I would use is go to Tools and Isolate Layer, and the construction one is the one that we want to isolate, and then I'll just drag across there and see if we can find something. Yes, there's a line there, a stray line somewhere in the drawing, and I think I can, in other words, that would be a line somewhere in your model space where we are now. I'd quite like to know where it is. If I could rub it out now, and that would enable us to get the drawing, but I'd quite like to know where it is. So what I'm going to do is just make it very thick and turn its colour up. I'll leave it on the construction layer and I'll make its colour red, and then I can go back to layers and we'll turn them all used layers on, and there we are. So it's a line. So when you were drawing that line there, joining those two up, you happen to flick it onto the construction layer. So we'll pop that back onto, whoops, let me just check first. You want these on a layer called one boundary. So I can take that one, make it by layer and pop it onto the one boundary layer. I'll change its colour back to by layer, and I think that if we now go to layers, that layer is now gone. I think with one final save, a final close and a final reopen, I think we'll find when we come in here that the errant layers are gone. So I hope that helps.